Paulo Coelho's novel, The Alchemist, is a cultural leviathan. It has been translated into 67 languages and sold tens of millions of copies worldwide. Yet, if you ask literary critics, they'll likely tell you the book is shallow, a 200-page motivational poster dressed up in pseudoscience. Even with its highly simplified, one-dimensional characters, the story has captured readers far outside the typical self-help demographic. Highly influential figures like Bill Clinton and Will Smith are vocal fans, and the text regularly appears on high school curriculums. This universal appeal exists because the story fills a specific psychological vacuum. Humans are routinely paralyzed by 4 core obstacles: the childhood conditioning that our dreams are impossible, the guilt of leaving behind our loved ones to pursue them, the terror of actual defeat, and strangely, the fear of succeeding. Coelho didn't set out to write a complex literary masterwork. He built a comforting safety blanket. The novel is designed to soothe existential dread, offering a warm reassurance for anyone facing an uncertain future. The narrative follows a specific historical framework, the ancient scientific process of alchemy. Historically, alchemy was the quest to transform base metals, like lead, into precious gold. Coelho repurposes this physical process as a psychological map. Turning lead into gold becomes the metaphor for achieving your personal legend, your fullest, most realized self. The fable functions as a 3-step psychological roadmap for human transformation. The historical first stage of alchemy is negrito, or the blackening. This is the required dissolution phase, where the alchemist takes raw, base material and breaks it down entirely. In the novel, Santiago leaves the comfort of his flock in Andalusia, crosses into Tangier to pursue his dream, and is immediately robbed. Psychologically, this represents the dark night of the soul. Overcoming mental obstacles requires shedding naive optimism. We have to face a harsh, unfiltered reality where our previous worldview shatters. The first step toward any meaningful goal is rarely immediate success. It is the painful, necessary suffering required to strip away our false illusions. Once the old self is broken down, the process moves to albedo, or the whitening. This is the phase of spiritual illumination and clarity, where those scattered, broken materials are purified. Santiago enters this stage during his crossing of the desert and his time at the oasis. He stops lamenting his lost money and learns to pay deep attention to his immediate surroundings, recognizing the omens hidden in everyday life. The albedo phase carries a central philosophical warning about how we direct our attention. If you fail to recognize the good things right in front of you, they don't disappear. As Coelho writes, every blessing ignored becomes a curse. Ignored opportunities mutate into lasting regret. This purification process extends to human relationships. Santiago learns to separate possessive attachment from true love, realizing that genuine affection grants freedom to pursue a dream rather than demanding someone stay behind. Achieving our highest potential demands that we purify our worldview. We have to stop taking the present for granted and start recognizing the subtle signs that govern our daily existence. Finally, the process reaches rubedo, or the reddening. This is the stage of absolute perfection, the creation of the philosopher's stone and the realization of actual gold. This stage maps to the climax of the novel. Santiago finally reaches the Egyptian pyramids, only to suffer one last brutal beating. In the aftermath, he discovers a stunning twist. The literal chest of gold he was searching for was buried beneath a tree back in Spain, exactly where his journey began. This twist serves a specific purpose in the alchemical metaphor. The rubedo phase is about complete integration. The thousands of miles Santiago walked acted as the crucible for his internal change. Physical trials and external milestones are necessary, but they are just the raw materials. We chase the literal gold so that the journey can generate our internal spiritual wealth. Coelho employs a specific writing mechanic to facilitate this process. After the opening lines, he refers to Santiago almost entirely through the generic placeholder, the boy. This shifts the book from a traditional narrative into an interactive framework. The boy becomes a blank space, designed specifically for the reader's self-insertion. The text essentially operates as a mirror. It forces you to confront your own unfulfilled potential, question your fears, and identify the blessings in your life that you are currently ignoring. The ultimate lesson of the story is that the external success you seek is secondary. The physical treasure only matters because of the psychological transformation required to reach it. When you look at your own crushing defeats, sudden life transitions, and periods of deep confusion, they stop looking like arbitrary failures. They are the exact scientific steps of Negredo and Albedo. The Alchemist maintains its immense cultural power because it validates our human suffering. It assures us that the heavy, frustrating lead of our current reality isn't a mistake. It is the exact ingredient required to forge the gold of a fully realized self.